like police officers are upholding, that's what we mean, is that everything that they stand for is wrong at this moment in time. You know what I mean? So it's not even attacking cops saying this guy's bad guy, this guy's a good guy. We shouldn't have to use the term good cop, because a good cop just means that he's doing what he's supposed to do.
Exactly. He's just doing his job.
You know? Yeah. And that's sad that we have to say, oh no, but he's a good cop. That shouldn't even be a thing. You know what I mean? And that's what this entire thing is about.
Yeah.
I also feel that it's just a part of human nature to be dominant and to express alpha maleness over somebody that doesn't have the fighting chance against you, because you're protected by not only your badge, not only of your gun, but you're protected by other savages that are on your team. You know,
a fucking gang, dude.
It's a gang, basically. Yeah. So it's good cop, bad cop. Like you said, it should only be a fucking cop. You should be a good cop. A cop. That's what you're there for. I feel like there's way too much corruption. We're seeing it now, and it's just being exposed more because of we all have social media. We all have cameras. We all are basically trying to police the police, and that's what's wrong. We're not trying to find a solution to better ourselves. We're just trying to medicate it with more cops, and it's making it toxic.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
It's like trying to cure yourself of cancer by drinking like a lot and getting drunk a lot. It's not going to help.
But only get more cancer.
Yeah, it's just going to get cancers, and that's what's happening. It's just fire with fire, and
so within the past few days, I personally have been sharing a lot of defund the police information, and the purpose for that is to not to like dismantle the whole police force, you know, like, come on, let's be realistic. That's not what this means. This just means stop giving them millions of dollars for them to keep brutalizing people and killing them. It means give that money to other areas of the community so people can better themselves and then not be criminals.
Yeah, I mean, that should go to more funds like healthcare and schools and housing.
Healthcare,
and stuff like that.
come on, mental health care. Education. That's what defunding the police means, you know? And I feel like people need to focus a lot more on that. And I don't know, I know everybody's frustrated with the police and all of that, but to a certain extent, you yelling out at your phone screen or whatever, that's not going to do anything. You need to go research resources that you can actually take action in your own community, because that's where the change is going to start.
Petitions or whatever you have
Petitions. Look at your officials, your mayor. What is he doing?
Yeah, I know. Over the last 2 years, I think their budget has gone up over 150 million.
That's insane.
I did want to point something out. Before all of these riots happened, we were going through the COVID-19 crisis, and a lot of the major concerns about the COVID was we didn't have enough healthcare fund to fund tests to get masks for proper people that were in hospitals, and that was the main drive and the main quote behind this was we didn't have enough money. But when these riots happened, it cost a lot of money to get those riot gear, to get all of those cops together. You're telling me they had all of that money to fund these cops this whole time to stop this revolt, but not to help us? You know what I'm saying?
They should have allocated all that funding to a real fucking crime instead of people fucking standing up for what they believe is right. And attacking them when it was peaceful.
Yeah. That's what
allocated. They should have fucking used it way more wisely. There's a lot of ways to go and be smart about shit, and it just felt like a power trip, dude, amongst we don't say his name, but Donald Trump, the fucking Antichrist, dude.
Yeah. And also, I believe his minions, his puppets, both Democrats and Republicans on both sides they benefit from anything that we do.
They benefit from him being in office, so they try their hardest to keep him in office, and it's just like this vicious cycle that no one can break out.
It's very hard. Just speaking from being on the front lines, to get people that are very angry and that are very upset, and they just want change because they've tried to vote, they tried to petition, they tried to get the proper channels to do what is good for the people, and they can't. And so that's why they're up in arms about stuff. So it's hard for them to get organized, and they act on impulse because they're so frustrated on the impulse that these cops are doing to, these acts of people. They do it so calmly that they know they're not going to get convicted for anything.
Right.
That's why it's such a surprise to all these people that these cops, it took so long for them to just apprehend them,
Yeah.
It took over a week.
Yeah.
Okay,
Which is
so
insane. If that was somebody else, they would have been arrested on the spot.
So, today is what, like we said, Wednesday, June 3rd, and just earlier today, before today, the officer
Derek Chauvin
was charged with 3rd-degree murder, manslaughter.
Second.
Third.
Second, yeah.
Before today.
Oh, okay, before.
Yes.
So. It's been over a week. People protesting, people online,
and only him
on the street.
Mm-hmm.
All of this, right? People, it's like chaos in the entire world. It's not just in the United States. Over a week. So now today, they charged him with 2nd-degree murder, bumped up the charges, and the rest of the officers, 4. There's 4 officers.
All 4.
All of them are being charged now. So they got, as earlier today, we found out that they already have one of the other ones in custody, and then they're still waiting for 2 more.
Also,
go ahead.
I was just going to say it's important to bring this up that Derek Chauvin and Tao, the Asian American, they both had criminal history within the police force. They were known for their excessive force and were allowed to carry on and keep doing this to innocent people. So had they done something prior to this, then George Floyd wouldn't be a victim right now.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of roots back to what James is saying is they kind of just turned the other cheek to what's really happening. And
these guys had rap sheets that were insane.
Yeah.
So I have a question. Do you guys think that those charges would have been bumped up and the other 3 officers would have been charged if these protests didn't keep going?
No.
I don't think so. No, because I feel like, especially the U.S. is feeling a lot of pressure because of, the whole entire world pretty much is protesting right now.
Ferguson. Yeah, that's what they're watching right now. We're being watched, and we're being used as an example of what we're doing. We're the bullies who are bullying ourselves right now, dude.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel if we the people didn't speak up and say, hey, we just witnessed a murder and you guys let these cops walk free, and if there was nothing done about it, I think they would have just been free men right now. It would have been another Trayvon. It would have been another countless number of people who've had their cases just kind of dismissed and nothing happened,
Honestly, go ahead.
There's literally hundreds. I was gonna say there's literally hundreds and dozens and fucking all kinds of cases, whether they were killed or whether they were beaten senseless or whether they were set up and put in jail, planted evidence on them, drugs. Like, this is just, it just keeps on accumulating more and more and more. What more are we going to let the cops do to people,
Honestly, I feel like, 2020 started off crazy already with COVID-19. I feel like that alone, it started like a series of events, unfortunate events, I guess, with the death of Breonna Taylor, I believe that's her name.
Yeah.
And how she was just literally in her house, like sleeping, and got shot by the officers outside. Like, that's ridiculous, right? So that happened. And then we had the video of Ahmaud that surfaced right after that. And then George, it's like these unfortunate events that had to happen for all of this to happen. And I just hope that this is like a true turning point for us, because
I feel at this point in time for America, we've seen so much, and we're so informed, and we're so instant with how much we get our information out there that it's so fast that it's catching up with itself, and the cops and the government are up in arms about it, because they're feeling like, what are we going to do? They don't know what they're going to do. All they're going to do is keep on being brutal. They don't have a solution for anything.
Yeah,
there's no solution, and honestly, they're being led by someone who's saying, shoot them.
Yeah,
go out there and create, run them over,
right.
Shoot those motherfuckers. They're following orders.
Yeah.
They're blind following orders. And that's why I was saying before the episode, these times are not about, it's just about doing what's right for humans. It doesn't matter if if your boss tells you to go out there and kill people. I don't care if I'm a cop or whatever. I'm not going to go out and kill people. That's not what I'm going to do. That's not what that's not who am I going to have to morally answer to? Not you when I die. You know, all these people are killing people. That's what black and white, plain and simple. You're people killing people for no reason. For no reason.
The amount of footage that's come out during these riots of cops inciting the violence. First, cops looting, cops it goes on and on. The government issuing like pallets of bricks around the entire U.S. to help insinuate violence. And then when you watch
that video, they planted a nightstick on him and fucking beat the fuck out of him. Dude, that's so fucked up.
Yeah.
So, so speaking further on that, what Wes just brought up, cops starting... So, first of all, for people that are at home, mainly white people that don't believe that people protesting they're not peaceful, that they're thugs. No, like, Vic was there, I was there, Wes was there. We didn't go to a lot of the protests that have happened yet, but we went one day, and I will tell you, I saw it with my own eyes. Peaceful protesters, and then cops just fucking rushing up to us like if they were gonna run, like rushing with their vehicle, like if they were just gonna run us over, but at the very last minute they fucking pump the brakes, right? But like right up to where we were. And it's like, why do you have to do that? We're literally not doing anything but just standing here.
Also, before the vehicles got there, rushing with their sirens to scare everyone off, behind us, while everyone was distracted by something else going on, like all of these cops snuck up on us in downtown San Diego, in full riot gear. Like, and they didn't make a sound. We just turned around and they were all there.
That was so fucked up. So there was somebody, we walked up to the Hall of Justice and we all took a knee, everybody taking a knee, and there was, the speaker was up and they were saying some powerful words, and then everybody cheering, and we were getting up, and then all of a sudden people are like, oh, cops behind us. Cops had surrounded and blocked off the like 3 of the streets where we were, and they just like snuck up, and we were just like, where the fuck did they come from? And why did they have to do that? We were just literally just sitting here not doing anything.
In full riot gear for no reason. whatsoever.
I was gonna say.